In this video, I am going to do a polynomial division. I am going to divide this polynomial by this polynomial. This is going to be a straightforward polynomial division. I have kind of rewritten this given division. Now, as you note that I have placed a little bit of space between x to the power 4 and positive 3x square because there is no x cubed term here, right here. So I'm going to introduce one. So I'm going to write 0 times x cube. 0 times x cube is 0. If I add a 0 to this polynomial, that doesn't change the polynomial itself. Now I'm going to do a straightforward long division, the kind of long division you're very used to. Now let's give you an example. Let's say I divide 5 into, let's come up with some number, 3, 4, 7, 1. 5 doesn't go into 3, but 5 does go into 34. So how many times does it go into 34? 6 times, because 5 times 6 is 30. Then what I am going to do, I am going to subtract this 30 from 34. That means the bottom row is getting subtracted from the top, 34. So it's going to give me 4. Next, I am going to bring down the 7. So it's going to make it 47. 5 goes into 47 9 times. 5 times 9 is 45. Now once again I am going to subtract the bottom row from the top. That means the bottom number from the top number. I am using the word row because I am going to apply this to the polynomials. That's why I am going to call it row. So here in this context I am subtracting the bottom number from the top. 47 minus 45 is, by the way, 2. Then I bring down the 1, so that's going to give me 21. Now 5 goes into 21 4 times, is going to give me 20, and once again I subtract the bottom number from the top, which is 21 minus 20, which is just 1. So if I divide, so 3, 4, 7, 1 divided by 5. If I did that, my quotient is going to be 694. Is going to be 694, and my remainder is going to be 1, which is this. So this is the quotient, this is the remainder, this is the divisor, and this is the dividend. That's the general structure of regular long division of two integers. This is exactly the same thing that I am going to do. However, I am going to apply it to the context of polynomials. So please do make sure that you are absolutely comfortable with this long division by hand. Then I can apply it. Now x goes into x to the power 4 how many times? You can see here x to the power 4 divided by x, which is going to be x cubed times x divided by x, because x to the power 4 is x cubed times x. Now x and x cancel out, that gives you x cubed. That means x goes into x to the power 4 x cubed times. So I'm going to put x cubed here. Now x cubed times x is going to give you x to the power 4. Now x cubed times negative 2 is going to give you negative 2x cubed. Negative 2x cubed. So you have to make sure that you multiply whatever you put here by that number, both x and negative 2. That's very important. Now what I am going to do, I am going to do the usual subtraction like the way I did it here. I have the example here, the way I did the subtraction here. So I am going to subtract the bottom row from the top. X to the power 4 minus x to the power 4 is 0. The second term is 0 times x cubed. So this is where students make mistakes. So 0 times x cubed is technically 0, right? Minus, from that one, I am going to subtract negative 2x cubed. So that's the key thing. 0 minus negative 2x cubed, which is going to be 0 plus 2x cubed, which is just 2x cubed. Because negative and negative is going to make it positive. So that's the key thing. You have to make sure that you understand. Now we are going to bring down the next term, which is, by the way, 3x squared. Now I have to ask the question, how many times x goes into 2x cube? I can give an example on the side. 2x cube over x, which is, by the way, 2x squared times x over x. X cancel out, that gives you 2x squared. So x goes into 2x cube 2x squared times. So I'm going to write 2x squared. So 2x squared times x is 2x cube. Then I have to multiply 2x squared by negative 2. That's going to give me negative 4x squared. Once again, we are going to subtract the bottom row from the top, like the way we did right here. 2x cube minus 2x cube is 0. However, the second one is the interesting one, is 3x squared. From that, I have to subtract negative 4x squared. Many times students make this mistake. They would say 3x squared minus 4x squared is negative x squared. That's wrong. You are adding, but the idea here is to subtract. The way you subtract here, the way you subtract here in the long division, standard long division. So 3x squared, from that I'm going to subtract negative 4x squared. So that's going to give me 3x squared. Negative and negative is going to make it positive 4x squared, which is going to be 7x squared. So that's going to give me 7x squared. Now I bring down the next term, which is negative 4x. Now we ask the same question, how many times x goes into 7x squared? So 7x squared divided by x, which is, by the way, 7x times x divided by x. X and x cancel out, that gives me 7x. So it's going to be plus 7x. 7x times x is 7x squared. Then 7x, I have to multiply it by negative 2. That's going to give me negative 14x. Once again, I am going to do the subtraction. 7x squared minus 7x squared is 0. However, negative 7x squared, so let me do it here on the side, negative 4x minus negative 14x. Remember, from negative 4x, I am subtracting negative 14x. That's going to give me 4x. Negative and negative is going to make it positive. 14x, that's going to give me 10x. So this is going to be 10x. Now I bring down the next term, which is, by the way, 9 plus 9. Now I should be asking how many times x goes into 10x, which is obvious. 10 times x is 10x. Then 10 times negative 2 is negative 20. Then once again I subtract the bottom row from the top. 10x minus 10x is 0. Now 9 minus negative 20 is going to give you 9 minus negative 20, which is going to be 9 plus 20, which is 29. So 29. Now x does not go into 29 anymore, so we are done. Now let me put it all together. So what did we get here? This is our remainder, 29. This is my quotient, and this is my divisor, and this is my dividend. And sometimes some people may write it in a sort of like more formal way, like the way we did. Probably no, we didn't do it here, but more like in a quotient plus the remainder way. But I don't care really. You can just leave it as it is, identifying that this is the remainder, this is the quotient, this is the divisor, and this is the dividend. And that's how you do a long division. This video was kind of long. However, these long divisions are problems that students struggle with. I hope that this discussion was helpful. Thank you very much.